3. Insanity on every single regard. Hook 'em horns. The biggest embarrassment in all of college football continues to be Notre Dame. I couldn't be a happier camper. We saw upsets, almost upsets, teams getting stressed to the wire. Oregon barely escaping against Boise State, and Colorado just showing how awful of coaching that it can really get onto it. But we're going to get deep into it today. First, we're going to start with Dave Portnoy.
Here's
the saddest man in the land, and he deserves every single second of it. I'm loving it. I'm loving how sad that Davis Portnoy is. Whenever Dave Portnoy is having a bad day, everybody else in the world is having a phenomenal day. We'll start there. We'll talk about Ashton Jeanty, his god dang video game numbers. We'll do a small recap of Colorado, even though I did a full video of it as well earlier. We're going to talk about, of course, Notre Dame losing to NIU in the full slate of games here. Ladies and gentlemen, I think, like I said, this is going to be a 2007-esque year of college football. We already got upsets. We already got crazy outcomes. Who knows what else is coming? As long as my Longhorns are not affected by this, hey, son, let's get after it. My camera is completely broken, so we will go no camera today. But the first thing is I want to hear the tears of a Michigan fan.
Until somebody else wins the title, so the crown stays on the head. Now, did we get mollywopped, destroyed, humiliated, emasculated today? Yeah,
and that's it. That's all I need to hear from you, Dave. That's all I wanted to hear. Mr. Jeanty, Ashton Jeanty, who should be the number one in your Heisman voting. 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 receptions, 25 carries. Lord have mercy. He won't stop, and we're going to look at some longer notes there for him as well. But first things first, I talked about Colorado, and I gave Colorado their lashings, rightfully so. They deserved it. they deserved the lashings that they got. But now we have to talk about the corniness out there in Nebraska, because there is some corniness happening. Mr. Dylan Raiola, a guy that I think is going to be a pretty good player, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely taking this Patrick Mahomes stunt a little too far. He's really excited about this whole situation. He's going bar for bar, word for word. And you know the funny thing is, he said that he initially was like, when they asked him, he's like, I don't know what they're talking about. I'm copying Patrick Mahomes. I've been wearing this haircut since I was in the 3rd grade. Like, all right, dog. Like, it's okay to be inspired by one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever live. Back to Alex Jeanty, or Ashton Jeanty, in just a second as well. But right here, building off of what we just talked about, and we're gonna get to Notre Dame, son. We're gonna get to look at this. Anyway, we're gonna get there. I just also want to show you this as well. He's just oozing. He's just oozing, Patty. Come. What are we doing here? This is bar for bar. Timu Patrick Mahomes, but hey, he did have a good job. He did torch that Colorado defense, but to be honest with you, I think a 3rd grader with a good arm could have torched that Colorado secondary. Let's talk about one of my favorite haters in the world, Mr. Brandon Walker. 5 teams that lost this weekend. Notre Dame. Why do people keep having faith in Marcus Freeman? Because he's handsome. I'm sorry. Michigan. Hook 'em horns. Arkansas Pittman shouldn't be employed. Colorado, they look broken. Hey, Kentucky, pathetic showing. They said Kentucky was going to thrash South Carolina, son. They said it. That's what they said. But who cares about that? I want to give a little time to Mr. Jeanty. Little time to Mr. Jeanty, because homie is on pace for like a 3,000-yard season. He's built like a tank at 5'9". Whole lot of scariness coming from him. Junior running back. 459, 9 tutters through 2 games. He almost has double-digit touchdowns in 2 games. Turn on my broken camera. I want y'all to turn on the no, right now. Do it. Do it. Somebody, please. 2 games. Almost man, y'all don't understand, dog. On course for about 3,000 yards. 12 games, 2784, 13 games, 2984, 14 games, 3,213, and 63 touchdowns. Isn't that more than Joe Burrow threw in the legendary 60 whatever plus year? Absolute insanity. I don't understand what needs to be talked to, communicated towards the Heisman people to know. I don't care if Boise State loses every single. Turn the camera on. I don't care if Boise State loses every single game from now on by 50 each. I don't care. If this man stays on pace right here and just averages above 150 for the rest of the season, just that, I want to give him 2 Heismans. Give him a Heisman and then give him the Heisman that y'all should have gave to Christian McCaffrey back in the day. 2 of them. 2 of them. Anyway, but yeah, this kid's a dog. He's built like a bricky house. So y'all know how that go. Just a big dog. Doing crazy things with these numbers here. On pace for to break Barry Sanders' record, even if he stays at this pace for 12 games at 27-54 54 touchdowns over Barry Sanders' 26-28. Ashton Jeanty through 2 games, 10.2 yards per carry. I'm sorry, we had to talk about it. Here are the official, Heisman rankings from at least the Heisman Trophy watch from On3. The fact that Ashton Jeanty isn't either 1 or 2, I get what you're saying from Quinn Ewers, and I'm a Texas fan, so hey, I love Quinn, but he should not be leading this much. And the people that don't have Jeanty at least at 1 or 2, I'm suspicious of you right now. You put Jalen Milroe in there, I don't know, dog. I don't know how I feel about this. This is what it is. Nico Amalala, that boy can spin it, dog. That boy is the real truth. I guess we'll talk about Colt McCoy in the waning hours, but I want to get into some of these. Let's talk about Notre Dame, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the embarrassment that is Notre Dame. Okay. We have to understand. Notre Dame, because I'm not even going to talk specifically about the game. I'm going to just talk about the embarrassment that is Notre Dame. Every year, y'all come out, y'all give them rankings, y'all try to believe in them, y'all say they're an improved team. They beat Texas A&M. Turn the camera on, dog. They beat Texas A&M. The other team, known for getting ranked early in the preseason and absolutely pooping in their pants when it comes to doing anything in the regular season. And I'm the one that's wrong. I had faith. I liked Riley Leonard. I called their DBs, I called that secondary one of the best secondaries in the nation. Dog. No disrespect to Northern Illinois. Because I feel like we do a lot of this and we just kind of shell on these players. But let's be honest, Northern Illinois, there's some dogs. I believe there was like some ranking or whatever, and I hope I have it bookmarked so I can show you. But like it was like how many teams actually graduate from the play or stay 4 years at the team that they commit to. Northern Illinois, I think, was like top 5 in the nation. Top 5 in the nation. So these are like homegrown 4-year, 5-year guys that are committed to what Northern Illinois goes wrong. This is a culture thing. This is fake culture versus real culture. And it's as simple as that. People want to sit around and talk about what is football culture and what is not football culture. As my camera completely just gives up out on me. This is why I'm not allowed to yap anymore. But real football culture is being able to keep players out of place. And I'm not shaming anybody for transferring or transferring out. I love the transfer portal. I think it's a very great weapon. But if you want to say that you're a culture builder, the 3rd-year, 2nd-year coach Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame, I don't think he's got the time to do that. So this isn't just a Marcus Freeman is bad contest. This is not what this is. This is that the Irish come into the year every single year a little too much positivity. This was at home they lost to Northern Illinois. At home they lost to Northern Illinois. Like I said, it's a culture v. culture thing. I do have a lot more things to wrap up this week when it comes to it, but this was the absolute phenomenal, bestiest, estes, not even using real words, things to ever happen. Notre Dame fans, get to sit on that for a second, pause, deal with that for a year, pause, and I pray nobody allows these boys anywhere near the college football playoff. I don't care if they went out. Quite embarrassing, dog. Quite embarrassing. Hey, Notre Dame, why don't y'all do it? Why don't y'all want to be independent so bad? Y'all don't want to decide what conference y'all want to choose for football. Just join the MAC, buddy. You're already in the middle of America. You can't compete in the Big Ten. You'll get embarrassed in the ACC because that's where you belong, but you'll still get embarrassed there. I mean, man. And here's what I was talking about. This is Thomas Hammock. And I can't show you the emotional interview he had, obviously, because it's ESPN. They're going to chop my stuff up. But just to take a peek at this is the coach talking about, the focus of his – yeah, they are number 3. This is a MAC school, son. Understand that. Stanford at 1, obviously you know why. Navy at 2, obviously you know why. And then Northern Illinois. My focus has been always and will be recruiting high school players first and developing them in our system. Our player retention is a testament to the culture that has been built here. Culture, son. That's real football culture. All right. I hate to sound like an old head, but the NIU way is the right way, and they did it right. Notre Dame and Michigan losing on the same day. This is hilarious, and I just like looking at puppies. It's a puppy. Look at this. Develop the hard way. Final tale of the tape. Not only did number five Notre Dame pay NIU $1.4 million to lose 16-14, they also lost to a team that doesn't have a single former 4 or 5-star recruit on their roster. This is embarrassing. Not because Northern Illinois isn't a respectful team, but because they don't really got nothing like that. This isn't resource football. This is we just smash mouth played better football than you. Hey man, I don't know what to say, dog. I don't know what to say, dog. The biggest thing and the funniest thing about this weekend is all of the decommits from Florida State commitments. Talk about a lack of culture. Talk about going downhill in an insanely fast way. Them Florida State boys did that at breakneck pace. You got people decommitting. I think there was a Texas commit that flipped from Florida State over. Like it's a lot of nastiness. It's a lot of nastiness. Let me make sure I've recapped everything. I've recapped. Probably going to jump into these complaints too. I want to look at. Oh yeah, we didn't even get into the message boards. Let's get into the message boards, man. Auburn. You thought I was going to forget about your embarrassment, buddy? I'm not going to do it, dog. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You're going to get it to it. Yeah. Boom. Honestly, I think he may just be an idiot calling the hookers on his. Whoa. We're talking about Big Freeze. Talking about Big Freeze. I love that Auburn's more victories that Bama struggled in the game they won 42-16. And here's another one. There have been multiple rumors that 4-star quarterback will flip from Notre Dame to Auburn, which that boy needs to rethink his life because Auburn and Notre Dame, it's not where you want to be, buddy. I promise you. I promise you. That's not where you want to be. Read some more message boards. Having a hard time in Cincinnati. I always defended him last year. He fully lost me after this one. Only a loser coach punts when he has a chance to shut down a game. More Auburn stuff. Throne has got to go. Can't be worse. Play for the future. The real premature anything isn't good, but isn't it time for us to sue to get out the ACC? Shout out to Syracuse trying to sue to get out the ACC. It's a lot of sadness going on here. Lots and lots and lots of sadness. I think we're going to end with looking at this little playoff situation here, the bracketology. So far, it looks like Texas is going to be the last man out or first man in, last man out, wherever they talk about it. Number 5, probably going to rank out pretty good. Oregon does not need to belong anywhere near the college football playoff. They will embarrass themselves. Utah will probably embarrass themselves. Miami's the real deal. Ohio State is the most complete team in the nation. Texas is the scariest, though. And Nico Laka Laka Lama 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 can spin that thing, my dog. But this has been a phenomenal week. Rest in peace to Notre Dame. Rest in peace to Texas A&M when they go against Texas. Texas will be the #1 team in the nation. I don't know what to tell you boys, but y'all be phenomenal. Y'all give me y'all's week 2/3 hot takes in the comments. We will be reading them for a video. Let me know. I might have a camera again at some point. Y'all be easy.